And I mean, I guess this is the afterlife anyway, so you can't stop them in the end anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
But I mean, a lich, he commands the dead. You see those green, ghouly hands come up from the signatures, especially the axe down
grasp of the dead. I love it.
Exactly.
I'm just giving. They don't actually have names. I just love giving names.
I mean, exactly. I mean, that's part of the fun, you know, giving them the names. I mean, I'm trying to think of some more fun ones off the bat. I'm just going to bring them out later because I don't want to spoil the fun. There he goes, CheeseFace doing a fantastic job at starting things off unarmed, getting the axe here, getting a little bit more damage onto Shadoww. Shadoww playing a little bit more carefully, finding that slide kick into the ground pound.
I mean, that is like just about maximum damage you can get. I just liked seeing the dodge sliding perfectly with him, almost like he was following him. Wasn't able to turn it into anything more than that, but you know what? If you can get anything off of that in the future, I am all for it. Right now, damage build going pretty even, again, because Thor just has so much defense. Look at that, both of them in the orange, even with the lead that CheeseFace has built.
Nice catch there right at the very tip, taking Shadoww off the stage, but he is going to be making it back, turning things around, but CheeseFace does have the bow option, and there it is.
And he caught the recovery.
So now if he can force Shadoww off stage, he's not going to get that option. Unfortunately, goes for the downlight, and that's going to cost him a little bit. Shadoww getting those stomps off the side of that coach pitch coming in once again. And there is the breakdance sliding off a stage. Actually a favorite of mine, catching people off right on that wall to find
Well,
that
you
KO.
can catch them coming and going because, you know, legs swing out first, then back again. So it lasts a little bit longer.
He is just keeping CheeseFace right off stage this entire time. The weapon throw not going to connect, and that recovery is going to actually just tip him just a little bit and get a little bit more of that damage built up.
Oh, tosses the orb away. There it is again, the slide kick into the ground pound. Tons of damage on CheeseFace. The damage is even, but the stocks are not. Shadoww trying to find his way up over the corner. Almost snuck in there. Went for the haymaker, but CheeseFace answering back with a haymaker of his own. Saying, you want to hit me with that? Fire right back at you, buddy. Fire right back at you, buddy. Again. But now Shadoww is left. The result, a full, clean stock over CheeseFace.
Return fire never had a truer meaning in that situation. Just one after the other, a volley of KOs. Shadoww now with the hammer looking for a little bit of extended damage, using those side lights, having that little bit of extended touches, especially with the forward momentum from the swing as well, giving him a little bit more range off there, especially off of the dashes as well. So if you don't utilize that, make sure you do. CheeseFace, though, with the dash neutral light, a very nice option to catch people off and force them into the sky. Shadoww looking for this KO attempt again with the Thunder Rush.
Man, I love that corner trap that he's been doing with it. It's the stomp almost at max range at the corner. They think they can come in and punish you. You backdash into maybe the Thunder Rush signature or maybe a jump side air to cover above.
CheeseFace getting caught again by the coach pitch, and Shadoww looking for the slide kick. Not going to find it here. Goes for the scoop and finds the side side air, and that is going to do it for game number one. Shadoww taking it down 2 stocks to none.
Man, just raised Mjolnir in victory there at the end.
Yes.
He had just such a commanding presence for that entire final stock. Stage control, you name it.
I mean, he was all over the place. He forced CheeseFace into some of the most inconvenient positions that a player can be put into. He was off stage, I think, like at least 60% of the time.
Oh, yeah. Easily.
And that is somewhere you never want to be, especially against someone who is competent in their edge guarding abilities. And at this level of a tournament, they're all going to be at that level. CheeseFace with a nice unarmed opening. The side air coming out, getting a little bit of damage. Knocked out of the park here. Shadoww with some nice unarmed damage of his own. A nice dodge, though, for the turnaround. CheeseFace doing a good job.
A good job on these weapon starves. Shadoww has not had a weapon until just now, and that's why he's deep into the orange. But that stage control, oh my gosh, the hammer ground pound could have ended it all right there.
And hammer off stage is always a dangerous thing to contend with, and CheeseFace actually held his ground right there and forced Shadoww off, and there it goes. There's the ground pound of his own, covering all that space. That just spin of death coming out from the Lich himself.
Oh my gosh. finding as many heavy strikes as he can. Shadoww just going to town. Uh-oh, but the turnaround? No, finding his way back up. And he's happy to corner guard. He wasn't even going for a maximum weapon starve. That's something Shadoww has been doing consistently throughout every single match, is he's so good at chasing you down with those hammer stomps into the solid punish. A little too close to get the side light on that one.
Missed the follow-up just barely, but Shadoww now forced off stage. The side sig. Gonna push Shadoww away just enough. The neutral air as well, getting a little bit more damage, just forcing Shadoww into so many bad positions. Now the side air pushing Shadoww off stage again, but you do not want to, I feel like you don't want to go off stage too much for
and
the
the dodge coverage?
Oh! Oh, the patience from Shadoww
no.
as well.
The
and
double
recovery!
Absolutely brutal. That is not a lot of damage, but that is so much carry down to the bottom, especially if it ends up catching their jumps just like he did.
And an incredibly risky play, because if you miss one of those recoveries, you are even worse off. You're not going to get that extra boost.
Oh! No, not enough. The Thor defense coming through.
He is using the defensive stance, so he's going to survive stuff like that. He is going to take those extra hits and walk away with it.
But, I mean, CheeseFace, he was ready for it.
Yeah.
He did not let up. He didn't say, yeah, that's one that I've got. Let me back off. He stayed for the edge guard, found the axe down air.
Oh, and now the orb coming out from Shadoww, getting a little bit more damage, taking advantage of that neutral light. Just the stacked coverage from that, taking him miles as well.
Scrapping back and forth. CheeseFace, the
nice
worst
option
for the damage trades at the moment, but he's got the weapon starve. He has the weapon advantage right now. Again, just chopping through Shadoww. CheeseFace now in the red, off stage.
Nice dodge.
Shadoww with that corner trap is always terrifying.
Oh, and he's going to get caught out there. Throwing that sig out just put him into a very precarious position. The side air coming out again, and that is going to take that stock down one last time. And CheeseFace taking the fall.
Man,
game number 2.
Shadoww, I got to tell you, like, his edge guards looking phenomenal, absolutely pristine. He doesn't really go off stage against opponents. He does those corner traps. So he'll do a lot of those hammer stomps into, is it the high or the low? You've got to find your way back on stage eventually, and let's hope you guess right.
It's the 50-50 that you don't want to go against.
Absolutely not. But back on Mammoth Fortress, so at least once more.
Well, once more with feeling, hopefully, is what CheeseFace is saying, because he's going to need a lot of feeling to get through this game. Shadoww has been commanding every one of these games, especially when he has that edge guard advantage. CheeseFace, I think, is going to have to take that into consideration, and I know he's been wanting a lot of those highlight reel chase downs off stage. He might have to change up his play style just a little bit in order to, you know, take this in to the bag of victories.
It's rough because CheeseFace, he's always started off with getting first strike for the match. He always gets that bit of early unarmed damage, but it just quickly runs away with him.
Oh my gosh!
Especially these dodge reads that Shadoww is getting. Absolutely commanding.
I mean, it's stomp side air into backup, side air, stomp side air, and then into a side sig while he's got CheeseFace off stage the entire time.
And you don't have a moment to breathe, so you're just caught in the blender, unable to think. You've got to find your way out.
Very nice response from CheeseFace, pushing Shadoww off stage, but the damage is even, but the stocks are not. CheeseFace has to find the kill option here. Finds a perfectly positioned side air. Axe coming in. Side air again, pushing him off. One more recovery option. He is going to make his way back. But the neutral sig, not quite enough.
I mean, sending on those diagonals. Oh, yes. Beautiful, sniped out with the bow. The poison gas cloud up top. Now Shadoww over on the orb. Going for those bicycle kicks. The side air now shoving CheeseFace off stage. Oh, and the bicycle kick with the throw to seal the deal, adding insult to injury. I don't know if that was even required.
I don't think so either. I mean, he had him right there on the ropes. He just decided to flip him over the edge and out of the ring altogether. Shadoww, though, with the hammer, looking for that coach pitch. Not able to find it right there. CheeseFace with the bow strings coming out, getting Shadoww pushed back just a little bit. Finding the side sig and the weapon throw into the neutral sig. Very nice string coming out from CheeseFace to get a little bit more damage out, forcing Shadoww into the red. Side air coming out. Almost finding CheeseFace going a little too deep. Almost getting caught by Shadow's ground pound, but does have the response for the down air, taking Shadoww into that spike zone, taking that KO as well.
Oh my gosh, the haymaker almost enough to do it. CheeseFace sitting in the red. He needs to play flawlessly here to bring this one back.
Goes for that side light, but does get pulled out of it. Shadoww going for that hammer, and this is where things get exceptionally dangerous. Getting caught by one stomp could take CheeseFace down completely. He does lose his weapon. He is living right now, but a ground pound, a scoop, anything could...
Wow. Oh my gosh, perfect dodge away from that signature. Ah, but the stomp into side air once again. Shadoww taking it over CheeseFace.
Once again, for the last time, of course, because that was the, I believe, final game in this series between the two. Shadoww moving on at this point as CheeseFace, I think, takes the L and is out. I believe this is the loser's side.
Yes, this is loser's side. So out of the tournament, but now we're going to have Baka going against, who was the winner of Goddess or Doggo?
I did hear some good things about Goddess as well. Doggo,
yeah.
I think, too. I mean, we're getting to the point where some of the names that we had are coming. We're seeing them a lot more now.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's